Hello everyone, welcome to GV Reddy's Automation Board. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for ongoing interview questions on different types of companies. Right, if you haven't watched them previous interview questions, please watch them out. Stay tuned for more exciting content. We'll quickly jump into today's interview is on HCL. What are the different questions asked in HCL interview for automation engineer? Right, we'll quickly jump in. There are two technical rounds, one manager, one HR. Alright, then we'll quickly jump into the questions. What are the different questions asked? Selenium questions. Right, I have segregated all clearly. Right, neatly I have segregated all the what are the Selenium Java questions, test engine questions, framework related, CI/CD, SQL, then API. Right, then we'll start with the Selenium. Explain the Selenium architecture. Right, explain the Selenium architecture. And then how do you validate the links on a web page? Right, they're asking there is a web page, there are multiple links. How do you validate those links are working or not? Right, how do you validate a links? The next one is how do you handle authentication window? Right, that is not a pop-up. Right, whenever you enter URL, it will ask authentication like a window type. Right, then how do you handle? That is a Windows based pop-up. Then how do you handle? Right, then how to handle multiple windows? Right, if multiple windows are there, how you will handle? How do you handle alerts? Right, alerts in WebDriver. Right, then how do you identify radio button is selected among multiple? Right, suppose there are multiple radio buttons, then how do you print? I want to select which one is selected. I want to print which one is selected out of multiple radio buttons. Which one is selected? I want to identify. How do you identify? Right, next one is how do you write a XPath for dynamic web page? Right, dynamically changing locators are there in the web pages. Right, how do you write? Right, we will use XPaths. XPath we can use like contains, starts with, ends with, siblings concept. Right, we can use those. Then I have three unique buttons on a page with a different display name. How do you click on each button in sequence? Right, if your question is there are three unique buttons on the page, but they have a different names are there. Different names are there. Then how do you click on each button in sequence? They are asking to click on a sequence. Then how to write a program? Right, what is the difference between find element, find elements? Okay, this is easy one only. Right, these are the different questions that we can expect on the Selenium. Then Java questions related to Java. Right, they have a one program they have given. Following code. There is a employee E1 equal to new employee. Right, they have added integer and string. And then again what they have done. Right, assign E1 to employee E2. Right, directly assigning E1 equal to E2. Then create one more employee E3 equal to new employee 2 comma B. Okay, three employee objects created. And then added to list, created a list object and added three employees to list. Now the question is, what is the list dot size? What is the size it will print? And one more is list dot contains new employee 1A. Already employee 1A is there. They are verifying list dot contains what is the output. Just please comment in the comment section what is the output for these two. Right, what is the difference between hash map and hash table? Right, what is serialization? Right, what is the anonymous class? What is an anonymous class? How do you create immutable class? Right, string is immutable, right? Right, if you change the string object, what will happen? It will create every time new object. Similarly, how you will create your own immutable object? Can a constructor can be overloaded? Can a constructor be overloaded? Right, we can overload the constructor. Why do we need interfaces and abstract classes? Right, these are the different Java theoretical questions. Then programming, coming to programming questions. Write a program to swap two numbers without using third variable. Right, and Fibonacci series using recursive program. Right, and this is we have to practice, otherwise we will not get it. Recursive program. Write a program to find the largest of three numbers. There are three integer numbers they have given. right? Then how to find the largest of three numbers. Write a program to obtain, this is one more typical question, write a program to obtain IP address from the user, check if it is valid. Right, user enters a IP address, then whether it is valid or not, we need to validate. Right. Then write a program to sort an array ascending order. Write a Java program to sort an array ascending order and find the fourth highest number without using any built-in methods. Without using any built-in methods. Right, that is one thing. Coming to test engine questions. Right, explain default execution order of the test engine. What is the default order execution? If we have a 10 test cases, what order it will execute by default? How do you execute the failed tests in test engine? Right. After execution of the regression, there are failed tests. How do you execute it? What type of listener have you used and why? Right. Then coming to framework level, explain the framework you are using. This is the common thing, right? What do you mean by page object model? And what is data driven framework? Right. Where is the test data stored in our project? How to read it? Right. In our project, how you handled test data? What are the challenges did you face in your automation project and how did you overcome them? Right. We have to, in any interview, if we are going to any interview means we have to note it down few typical, right, difficult scenarios you have handled, right, so that we can immediately we cannot get it, so we have to note it down. How do you, where do you store all the expert locators in our framework? If you are using page object model means we will store in the pages, right, we will create a page factory. If you are using keyword driven means we will maintain in the sometimes Excel, sometimes in the Java code. What are the hub and node in Selenium grid? And then how do you run tests in your framework? How you will run your test in your project? CI/CD, these two are common questions, right? Did have you integrated with the Jenkins or Azure pipeline? How you integrated? If you know, you can say. If you are at 8 to 10 years experience, we must learn how to integrate with Jenkins or Azure platform or Selenium grid or different types of right Git commands, and then merge conflicts, right? These are all we have to learn common questions in the framework. Then SQL questions, explain the different types of joins, and then what is the difference between delete and truncate, right? These two. And then API testing, coming right in SQL, those are the two questions asked. And then coming to API testing questions. Right, coming to API testing questions. What are the different HTTP status codes used in REST assured? What are the different HTTP status codes used in REST assured? Then how do you handle authentication in REST assured? Right, how do you, if you have a basic authentication or OAuth authentication or token based authentication, how to handle in the REST assured? Right, tips and tricks means, see, whenever we are attending interview means we must practice syntaxes, right? We have to write it down on the paper, then only we will remember different, right, core and Java questions. Every day we have to prepare at least one Java program, right, so that will increase, right, logical thinking, right, so that if they ask different types of questions means we can think and write down. Right, CI/CD, we must right practice Jenkins, how to create the job, how to integrate with Git, right, how to give the Maven commands, how to schedule the job, how to display the report in the Jenkins, right? These are all we have to learn. And Git commands, what are the Git push pull, right? How to resolve the basic daily things. What we will do, we will pull the request, we will commit the right code, and if there are any merge conflicts, how do you remove, right? These are the basic git daily what we will do. We have to learn logical thinking, we have to practice daily one question definitely. Behavioral questions, right? If we are more than 8 to 10 years means we have to learn how to handle the team, how do you resolve team conflicts, right? Real world examples, suppose there are you got a one difficult scenario, they're asking for within a, right, 1 or 2 days they are asking to integrate, how do you handle that scenario, right? They will ask such type of question, we have to just prepare for those things, right? Thanks for watching. If you like my way of right, way of teaching and content, just please subscribe to the channel, right? I have answers for all these questions. If I get the more comments, right, to explain about the answers, definitely I will explain. Please comment if you want a answers for these questions, right? If you are looking for the answers, just comment it out. If I get more comments, definitely I will do the next session, explain the with the answers, right? Please share to your friends and like the video. Thanks for watching.